Hey guys, how y'all doing? Alan Shore. Welcome to my next BYD update. I've got myself a couple of these QNBBM modules that I'm really excited to use to negate a lot of the resistance issues I'm facing with these BYD modules. So what we're going to see is you're going to see one installed. I'm going to show you a couple different things regarding these you may not know that I found out over the last hour and take you guys for a ride. Enjoy! Alright, quick recap. BYD LifePo 4. These modules are cut in half. Going to go into a big Noco 4D box. As far as the cell monitors themselves, they are secured with Sikaflex. And I secured the actual monitors while they were curing with poster putty. And you can see that this is all shrink wrapped. This is shrink wrapped, and it's all braided. I've used almost 75 to 80 foot of braiding here, and it wasn't easy to do all that. It took probably total between these two modules, it took 12 hours. One thing I also want to get into is QNBBM. I've actually never seen these out in the field actively working on a battery. This is the first time. To wire these, you first start with your negative. It goes to your main negative. I'm curious if I can wire this through my Batrium shunt and actually get an inkling as far as how much power is being transferred to and fro. You also will set up your 4 different leads for 4S. And then A and B here is to go to the very next module. One thing interesting to know is that when you are setting up these modules, use the left side of the module. Since this is the very first one, you'll use the left side to go into the next one, and then this will be filled up with both of them. Now, you may be able to hear something interesting. It's that high-pitched squeal. That's one thing to know regarding these modules. I was not expecting that. That may be a problem for some people, but for me, I'm going to have these under the vehicle, so I'm hoping I won't be able to hear them. Besides that, these things can handle 6 amps, which is why I use 16 gauge wire. They say use no bigger than 18, so I just went ahead and went with 16. Very happy with that. And I'll go ahead and mount this one so they can communicate with each other. And overall, I mean, this is going to be my main solution to fix the resistance issues regarding cells 1 and cells 4. Because they were used so much, the resistance is different between these two. So I end up losing half of my capacity, and while these stay at 3.7, 3.8 volts, these are all already down to 2. So I'm hoping that will solve my issues on that. Alright, now that that's all done, let's go ahead and finalize it by hooking up the QNBBM together. There you are. Alright, remember on the left side, hook up, actually let's hook up the battery first. Nice, got a nice noise. And then now we'll hook up the secondary. Alright. As long as things are not getting hot, we're good to go. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna mount these on. I may just mount them to the box I'm gonna put them in. That may be the best move to keep everything separate. And at this point, I tried to make everything as long as I could, just so I wouldn't have any issues maneuvering things around. Let's go and look at the before and after. All right. So this is my before and after regarding these QNBBM modules. I'm relatively balanced already, but the big one that we're going to concentrate on is cell 3 and cell 7 regarding these modules. The module 5 through 8 is the one laying down right in front of us that's currently curing, as you saw. The one standing up is 1 through 4. And you can see on cell 2, on that module over there, that's a little bit low, and cell 7 is a little bit low as well. And I would imagine these are the problem cells here. I'm going to come back in a little while, probably in the next day or so, to show you how the equalization is going. Alright, so here is our Batrium QNBBM 4 days later. You can see cell 7 compared to the last video I showed. It is much more balanced. Cell 8 is not as high. Cell 3 is not as high. And it's overall a pretty good change, and you can see the voltages are starting to equalize as well. It does take a while, but that's a lot better than burning the cells off.